Okay, so we'll move on to public reports. Ruby Grace and Freya will be speaking regarding safety at the bus exchange. Thank you for coming in this morning.
Thank you for having us.
And we're not as scary as we look, so you just far away.
Right. Kia ora everybody. We're here today to speak out, not just for ourselves, but for the hundreds, nearly thousands of young people who rely on the bus exchange every single day. The truth is, we don't feel safe here. We ran a survey reaching students from schools across the city, north, south, east and west of the centre. What we found was deeply concerning. 56.3 reported aggravated and aggressive behaviour. 59 have seen intoxicated individuals. 38.3 witnessed vandalism or property damage. 50 felt watched or harassed. And 16.2 have seen security guards behaving unprofessionally. In fact, 81.5 of the young people we surveyed said they'd experienced or witnessed at least one of these behaviours at the bus exchange. Some even told us about being harassed on the bus or in the exchange by strangers. And too often the security guards just stood by or worse, joined in. We heard stories of guards vaping with kids, encouraging fights and intimidating young people instead of protecting them. And when we asked young people how safe they feel, 84.4% said they feel somewhere between extremely unsafe and neutral. This is not okay. This is meant to be a safe public space, especially for rangatahi who use it for school, mahi or home. Let's talk about how often we're actually here. Most young people use it once a month, and a third, like me, use it every single day. But when we asked how safe people felt on a scale of 1 to 5, the average answer was a 2 out of 5. The exchange is part of that's not just disappointing, it's dangerous. The exchange is part of our public transport system. It should be a space we trust, not fear. And when we looked deeper into the stories, a common theme came up. While some teens said they felt unsafe around the general antisocial behaviours from other teens, things like swearing, loud groups or harassment, the real issue present was the presence of people using the exchange for reasons other than public transport. We're talking about rough sleepers, people who have nowhere else to go, or those who just hang around because they have nothing better to do. And while we absolutely recognise that homelessness and mental health is a complex social issue, the impact it's having on our young people trying to get home safely can't be ignored. 98.1% of the rangatahi we surveyed said they use the bus exchange between the hours of 3 and 10 p.m. That's after school, after work, and late nights. Exactly the times, or during late night commutes, exactly the times when the space can feel most unsafe. What we found is that teens who have had in-person contact with a youth worker and know about the igloo really value it. But the issue is 74.9% didn't know the igloo existed. That's nearly 3 out of every 4 teens missing out on a space that's supposed to be for them, simply because it's not visible or well promoted. For teens like me and Freya, when our buses only come once every half an hour, having the igloo as a safe place is a brilliant option. It's warm, it's safe, it's welcoming, and teens who use it genuinely have a positive disposition towards it. But a safe space only works if people know it's there. And if it's actually open when we need it. It's only open an hour and a half after school every day. So here's what we're calling for. First, we want the igloo safe space to be open later. When it closes early, we're left outside with all the things that make us feel unsafe. The unprofessional security guards, the people using the bus exchange for purposes other than public transport, and the loitering from other teenagers. Secondly, we want more support and funding for youth workers. They're the ones who actually engage with us, support us, and make a difference. And thirdly, we're asking for proper youth training for the security guards. Too many of us have seen them vaping, ignoring fights, or acting in ways that escalate harm. That is not protection. That's putting us in more danger. We're not asking for much. We're asking for safety, dignity, and respect. We're asking to be heard because when a place that's meant to serve us becomes a place that scares us, something is broken, and it's time to fix it. Thanks.
Yep.
Good, guys. Thank you so much.
Very good, by the way.
Thank you so much for coming in. So nice seeing you. The question I've got is the more support funding for youth activation or youth exchange itself, or in general?
Yeah, I mean, in general, inside the actual bus exchange part would be great, but also having more funding towards the youth workers in the igloo as well. And I guess the funding to keeping the igloo open later would be considered.
Okay, good. Spot on time. Yanni, do you have a question?
Oh, I mean, I just want to say thank you for doing the survey. I just wondered if you had any feedback from, not from young people, but from other people, maybe older people, for example. But I know my mum, you know, someone like my mum who's a senior citizen, you know, I'm sure they would have a lot of similar thoughts that you've shared. So I was just curious to know if you've got any feedback from other groups.
Our avenues of communication only extend to school networks. So we were only able to survey people between the ages of 10 and 18, but I'm sure they have similar experiences as us.
Thank you, and thank you. It's a really important issue.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming in and talking to us. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you.